prove that the derivative of secant x with respect to x is equal to secant x tangent x. We start the proof by using one of the reciprocal identities we learned in trigonometry. Secant x is equal to 1 over cosine x. Find the derivative of both sides. The derivative of secant x with respect to x is equal to the derivative of 1 over cosine x with respect to x. Then use the quotient rule for derivatives. The derivative of f of x over g of x with respect to x is equal to g of x times the derivative of f of x with respect to x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x with respect to x over the square of g of x. Or denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus numerator times the derivative of the denominator divided by the square of the denominator. So, this is now equal to denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus numerator times the derivative of the denominator divided by the square of the denominator. So we have cosine x times the derivative of 1 with respect to x minus 1 times the derivative of cosine x with respect to x divided by cosine squared x. The derivative of 1 being constant is equal to 0. So this is equal to cosine x times 0. And then we learned in one of the videos in this channel that the derivative of cosine x with respect to x is equal to negative sine x. So, substitute negative sine x for the derivative of cosine x with respect to x. So, this is now equal to minus 1 times negative sine x over cosine squared x. We have cosine x times 0 minus 1 times negative sine x over cosine squared x. This is now equal to cosine x times 0 is equal to 0. Negative 1 times the negative sine x is equal to sine x or positive 1 sine x. Let us write 1 before sine x because we need 1 later over cosine squared x. This is now equal to 1 sine x over cosine squared x. This can be written as 1 over cosine x times sine x over cosine x. If you want to check, 1 times sine x is 1 sine x, and cosine x times cosine x is cosine squared x. One of the reciprocal identities we learn in trigonometry is secant x is equal to 1 over cosine x. Substitute secant x for 1 over cosine x. One of the quotient identities we learn in trigonometry is tangent x is equal to sine x over cosine x. Substitute tangent x for sine x over cosine x. Therefore, the derivative of secant x with respect to x is equal to secant x tangent x.